You won't believe how the Hadzabe hunt and cook in the wild. Have you ever wondered how some of the last remaining hunter-gatherers on Earth survive without electricity, supermarkets, or even cooking gas? Deep in the savannas of northern Tanzania lives the Hadzabe tribe, one of Africa's most unique and untouched indigenous groups. Their way of life is like a living museum of ancient humanity, raw, real, and deeply connected to nature. What's even more fascinating? The Hadzabe don't just hunt with skill, they cook with creativity that will absolutely surprise you. The Hadzabe are believed to have lived in the region near Lake Eyasi for thousands of years. They are not farmers, and they don't keep livestock. They don't plant food, they don't raise chickens, and they don't buy anything from shops. Instead, they rely on the same ancient hunting and gathering methods that humans used before the rise of agriculture. Their weapons are handmade, bows carved from local trees, strings made from animal tendons, and arrows tipped with poison extracted from desert plants. Hadzabe hunters typically move out in the early morning hours, barefoot and silent, listening to the language of birds and the rustle of leaves. They are masters at tracking animals through broken twigs, footprints, and droppings. In fact, they can tell what animal passed by, how long ago, and whether it's worth chasing, all just by looking at the ground. They hunt everything from guinea fowls and monkeys to warthogs and dik-dik antelopes. And the method? Fast, fearless, and accurate. When they hunt monkeys, for example, they climb trees quickly or ambush the branches with their deadly arrows. A single poisoned arrow is enough to take down an entire animal. Now let's talk about their incredible cooking. Forget what you know about recipes, gas stoves, or pots and pans. The Hadzabe cook in ways that are both raw and remarkable. Once an animal is caught, they start a fire by rubbing dry sticks together. Yes, no matches, no lighters, just friction and skill. The meat is often roasted directly on the fire. No seasoning, no marination. Yet many travelers who've had the rare privilege to taste Hadzabe meals say it's the most flavorful meat they've ever eaten, cooked fresh in the open air and eaten with bare hands among the tribe. One of the most fascinating parts of Hadzabe cuisine is their love for wild honey. Honey gathering is a serious event. Hadzabe men climb tall baobab trees or use smoke to chase out wild bees from hidden hives in the rocks or high branches. They are often stung, but they don't care. The reward is worth it. The honey is thick, rich, and sometimes includes bee larvae, which they eat without hesitation. Roots, tubers, and berries also form a major part of their diet. Women and children go foraging daily, using wooden digging sticks to unearth edible roots. They also chew the ends of certain sticks to draw out water. Imagine surviving in dry, hot terrain by simply chewing the right plant. They know which fruits are safe, which are poisonous, and which can be eaten only at certain times of the year. Their knowledge of nature is encyclopedic, passed down from generation to generation. And here's the most surprising part. Despite the simplicity, there's a deep social bond in how they eat. Meals are shared instantly. The concept of hoarding or eating alone doesn't exist. A successful hunt is for everyone. Meat is divided fairly. Even the person who shot the arrow doesn't get a bigger share than the others. It's a system based on sharing, not ownership. Even visitors are welcomed with food, a gesture of kindness rooted in their communal culture. But with modernization creeping in, their way of life is under threat. Land encroachment, tourism, and government pressure to settle down have pushed many Hadzabe communities to abandon their traditional lifestyle. Yet some groups remain fiercely committed to preserving their culture. They reject money, reject farming, and still live off the land. For them, survival is not just about food, it's about honoring the rhythm of nature. So when you see a Hadzabe man hunt a monkey, or a woman roast tubers by a campfire, you're not just watching survival, you're watching the living story of human history. This is why their story matters. In a world driven by technology and fast food, the Hadzabe remind us of a life without screens, without noise, and without distraction. A life that still listens to the earth, respects the animals, and finds joy in simplicity. So the next time you think of hunting and cooking, remember the Hadzabe. Their arrows may be simple, their meals may be fire-roasted and raw, but their spirit is full of wisdom that modern society has forgotten. If you were surprised by their way of life, imagine how much more we can learn by paying attention to the knowledge hidden in Africa's oldest tribes. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more.